In the quaint village of Meadowville, there lived a young woman named Elina. Known for her compassion and beauty, she was the daughter of the town's beloved baker. Her days were filled with the comforting aroma of freshly baked bread and the laughter of townsfolk who visited her father's shop. Despite her fulfilling life, Elina yearned for something more, a love that would make her heart sing. One summer's afternoon, as the sun bathed the village in golden hues, a traveler arrived in Meadowville. His name was James, a charming artist with eyes that reflected the sea. His talent for painting captivated the villagers, who marveled at his portraits that seemed to breathe life. It wasn't long before Elina and James crossed paths. Their meeting was serendipitous. She had stumbled upon him painting a meadow scene, a cascade of colors that seemed to dance with the wind. Intrigued by his devotion to his art, Elina stopped to admire his work. Their eyes met, and in that moment, an unspoken connection blossomed between them. As days turned into weeks, they spent every free moment together, meandering through the fields, sharing stories and dreams. Elina found herself falling for James, her heart fluttering whenever he spoke of the world beyond Meadowville. However, as her affection deepened, so did a gradual shift in her priorities. One evening, under a sky dotted with stars, James proposed they move to the city. Enthralled by the prospect of a new life by his side, Elina agreed, even though it meant leaving her family and the village she adored. Her father's gentle warning echoed in her mind. It's okay to love, but never put anyone before God. Yet she pushed aside the concern, entranced by love's sweet allure. Their new life in the city was a whirlwind at first. Art galleries, bustling streets, laughter echoing from cafes. However, over time, Elina felt something amiss. Far from the tranquil rhythms of village life, she sensed a growing emptiness. The bond with her family weakened, and her once nourishing spirituality took a back seat to the rush of urban life. Then, one fateful night, Elina found herself alone. James had grown distant, consumed by the competitive world of art. As she wandered aimlessly through the city, she stumbled upon a serene chapel, its doors open as if inviting her in. Inside, the flicker of candlelight cast soft shadows, and the silence was as comforting as a mother's embrace. Kneeling in the pews, Elina reflected on her journey, realizing how she had let her love for James overshadow her own values and the faith she had once cherished. A solitary tear marked her cheek as she whispered a prayer. In that sacred moment, clarity dawned upon her. Elina returned home the following morning, warmth flooding her heart with each step. She sought out James to share her realization. "I love you," she began, her voice steady. "But I've learned a truth. It's okay to love, but never put anyone before God." James listened, understanding washing over him as he nodded. "Perhaps," he replied, "we could find a way to balance all that matters: love, family, and faith." Reunited by their shared insight, Elina and James embarked on a new chapter. Hand in hand, their love no longer blinding but enriched by wisdom. They returned to Meadowville often, embracing the simplicity and faith that had once been the cornerstone of Elina's life. Their story became a beacon of understanding in the village, a reminder to love deeply, yet with the grace of balance, and to hold fast to one's faith, letting it guide the heart no matter where love may lead.